My
and
mom.
that's how I was raised.
Right.
I know Tim give me consent to go in the refrigerator and make something to eat. I go over to Tim's house. I still ask most of the time, but you know, like I know that I can go over there.
He ain't never asked me for no consent. Nah, I'm fucking.
Wait, I don't know.
He cool people though. He said. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Great Apes Cafe. Great appreciation for people, entertainment, and success. On today's episode, I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves because they all tight. They're all a little bit nervous. You can tell by their body language. And we're going to start this off with Sis, who just rolled her eyes. Miss Queen Brittany.
What's good, y'all? It's Queen Brittany.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Cool Cal.
It's Brian Stacy.
Oh, of course. Y'all know me as Sympathy Raw.
Hello, I'm Nugget.
And I am Sade, a.k.a. Beauty in Words.
Hey.
Okay. And we are Great Apes Cafe. Like, subscribe, share, click that bell. And you can tell we ain't playing no games. But anyway, so today's episode, I want us to break the ice. And I want us to talk about breaking or making sure you're setting boundaries. So I had a situation that occurred a few days ago. And I won't go too much into the details. But it was definitely a violation or a break of boundaries or inconsistency of respect. And I want us to talk about that. I want to hear the opposite sex from me. And I want to hear my fellow companions about how is it important to make sure you establish rapport, you have communication on a level of respect and setting your boundaries and making sure, you know, at the same time, if somebody passed that boundaries, what are you willing to do to fight for it? You know, there's a lot of people I realize, especially us men, people go to war over boundaries. We literally have maps that has borders over boundaries. You know what I mean? So what are you willing to do to fight for your boundaries? And how should men and females, men and women approach that? That's what I want us to talk about.
I think that's like a moment of bravery for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself, being a person who has struggled in the past with setting boundaries. And that could be with men. You know what I'm saying? It could have been like sexual. It could have been with family. But in my case, I feel like if you struggle with something, it follows you in all areas of life. So I really had a problem setting boundaries, just period. But what I learned was that because I was not setting boundaries, I was doing a disservice to myself.
Absolutely.
So when you say, what are you willing to sacrifice to set a boundary, I'm willing to sacrifice the unexpected, you know, because a lot of times when you set a boundary, you don't know what's going to happen or how the other person or the situation itself is going to respond to what you're saying. A lot of times it doesn't feel good initially. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it's a situation where you don't really want to create. Sometimes, like with me, I don't like to create a conflict. But it's because I'm a super aggressive person.
Right.
So I rather, before we ever get to the aggression of anything, I rather approach the conflict and communicate about it.
That shit like a
right. I'd rather go ahead and put it out there, right?
Right.
But you don't always know how the other individual is going to respond. You know, in like-mindedness, you would want them to respect your boundary, right? Especially if it's somebody that you care about. But in all reality, that's not always how it goes. You know, a lot of times you set a boundary and another person to get pissed because you said, nah, I don't like this. I don't like how you talk to me, or I can't accept this type of behavior from you, and then they'll take it as judgment, you know? And in my own person, and I'm going to stop rambling on, but just because this is something that I have been having to do a lot, you know, over the past couple of years is set boundaries. So every time I have to do it, my heart is beating fast because I don't know how this person is gonna respond. And in my mind, I'm saying, I hope I'm not about to have a conflict with somebody because I gotta set a boundary, you know. But
It's
in
red flags, though. You know, if you see that, if you notice that happening, that's
absolutely,
you learn something.
yeah,
big
you
time.
see,
You're
you
like,
see
okay,
it,
well,
you
then
see it.
If this bothers them, well, then clearly this is why this needs to happen.
Right,
You know,
right.
so
That is true. It is a red flag. But I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes down to something, like I feel like people skip the basics and jump into the extreme in relationships or anything that they're building. But like I'm old school, so I was told you set boundaries before things happen. I'm gonna let you know what it is, what I'm gonna willing to take, what I'm not gonna willing to take. And
Right.
you're gonna do the same thing. And if we done came to agreement that like, hey, all right, I know you don't like me going through your phone. Don't snoop, ask questions. You're not gonna bother me, and I don't like you telling me what to do or trying to do this, and the third. And if we cross that boundaries as we get further into our relationship or whatever situation we're building, I feel like at the same time that it say, hey, you know what? I didn't respect you from the beginning, and this is why I crossed the line and the point. Because somebody got to respect you to accept your boundaries that you set for them. You got to respect them to accept their boundaries. And at the end of the day, if you're not respecting each other,
Right.
then you have nothing to build. So and it
Can you
goes.
grab the mic, Queen? Because I want to make sure they can hear you.
Aaron, did you get that?
Oh, okay,
My
okay,
question
okay.
is-
Okay.
Hold on, I got you.
My question is this though. Like, do you
Yes.
feel like boundaries like before I even ask this question, I'm always gonna have the highest level of respect, more so with somebody I know than not who I don't have rapport with. So for me it's kinda hard, and I'm kind of making it subliminal based on who we talking about or who we might be talking about. I'm thinking to myself, if I know somebody, I have history with this person, I have rapport with this individual, it should be easier for respect.
It
It should
should.
be easier for boundaries to be set. But I realize maybe it's not. And I think that, like, my question next is, do you believe that a lot of females have to have problems with boundaries with men being, how should I put it?
Wait, when you
Like-
said us have problems,
Like, not, when I mean, not as a negative.
okay, because you
Don't
know
try to
I'm
come
about
after
to
me. I
get
know
you.
you're
I
talking
was
about-
going. You know,
I'm saying, like, do you think that men are more likely to be the person to cross the boundary?
I feel like men are more likely to cross the boundary, but at the same time, I blame females. And the reason why I say I blame females because a man is going to do no more than what you allow him to do. So if you let him cross the boundaries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, so he gonna think he can do it to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And
Do you
if you
believe
don't
that?
stop him in this track the first time, then you just settling. And if you agree to settle, then that means you are losing who you are
Kev, what you think?
inside.
That sound like there's some truth to that. I ain't gonna lie, but what you think? I don't want to say anything.
I can kind of.
She kind of right though. I mean, because like
that makes sense because basically,
if somebody,
okay,
if you feel like somebody disrespecting you, then you speak on it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you like take the time and be like, yo, like everything got like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure shit all right sometimes. Like,
yeah, because the problem I see with the undertone statement is basically, if the boundary is being pushed, I give you an inch, you take a foot. I give you a foot, you take a mile. I give you a mile, you take a light
They want
year.
the
I
whole
give you a
damn
light year,
picture.
you want to take the whole damn galaxy. I give you the galaxy, you want the whole damn universe. Like, come on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm looking
it's
at.
hard to put a gender on that.
I don't like putting a gender on that.
It's hard to say, you know, because that may be the case in relationships. But then you have, what about friendships?
Friendships do the same thing as well.
You know what I'm saying?
do.
So I've had past friends that females that really push my fucking boundaries, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
You
where
gotta
you
set
have to put the
boundaries.
brakes on that shit. Like, wait a second. So I'm not gonna necessarily say I think men push boundaries more than women.
Okay.
You know?
it just like I like.
Yeah, I
general,
think
they're
women
not-
push
not
more
good at
boundaries
it.
more than
do.
men.
We
Yeah.
females, we
Men
do.
in
I was-
Men,
general-
yeah,
see,
men in
like,
general
men
ain't
in
good at
general,
communicating.
I'm a
Part is
man
good
of
at
understanding, so
communicating.
like I
Yeah.
understand that females have emotional body and men it's more like we're like, you know, like we like war, like we more like in warrior mode. Most
I
of
don't
the
like
time.
that though. I gotta disagree with you. I'm gonna tell you why.
I would disagree
The
too.
the
I have to
reason why I
disagree as
disagree with
well.
y'all 1,000% on that statement about men not being emotional. The moment a man have a breakdown, everybody want to attack. And who I'm highlighting is your best friend Will Smith. I just wish Will Smith had the same energy with what's his name, Lasagna. The same energy with August Lasagna. But anyway,
Alcina.
yeah, that name. But anyway,
No, I personally think women push more boundaries than men.
We do.
But I feel like when it comes to just certain type of individuals, I think a fucking narcissist can be male or female.
no, that's very
true.
Like you can't put no gender on that shit. You
I ain't gonna lie though, y'all. I do have my narcissistic moments.
I mean,
throw me
we
on the
all
stage.
have-
Aries.
You throw me on the
Right.
stage.
okay,
and
so I'm not gonna
rapping.
say we all.
I
Yeah.
got it. I'm throwing me on the stage freestyling. God.
Now I know I push my husband buttons constantly. I
That's
know
that
I do.
Virgo energy.
You know what? That Aries over there, you giving little hate energy over there. But I do push my husband buttons all the time. He would tell me, like, you push my popcorn button. Do not do that. But at the same time, he do it right back to me. So yes, we do push each other boundary. But I think female
That's good,
does
though.
it more than males. And we at the point, the reason why we do it more than males is because like you could go mess up. We gonna play the songs that relate to why you mess up. We gonna
Y'all do be ODing.
We gonna cook food and don't feed you. We
Gosh.
gonna wash our clothes and don't wash yours.
Really rub it in.
We
They be
gonna
rubbing it in. They
everything
do rub it in.
possible
God.
and then we gonna ask you to ride with us to Walmart, and we gonna have control of the Bluetooth. We're gonna be playing every song from I should have bust the windows out your car to
No.
Hey,
Hey,
take the mic
I
off.
feel like I'm there.
Hey, sis agreeing.
I've been there.
Wait a
We
minute.
gonna
Time
do
out.
that. We
Sis,
would do that.
hold on, Miss Nugget. You agree with this?
Grab the mic, Nugget.
This can't be true. Yeah, it's really like that.
I don't know that I would be like that. I haven't been in a situation like that in a long time.
sis would
I
probably-
got to this point where I just like realized I really like deciding what I want for lunch and just not having to compromise on that or like
Exactly.
I don't want to have to incorporate somebody else's decor into my 3D art
Ain't
canvas
that-
space.
Yeah.
So like things like that just made me get more and more comfortable with being independent. And so now there's a very little that I would settle for. It's like you gotta come
I
like
think that's why I'm
Aladdin.
still
like I
receiving.
don't
You gotta
know.
come correct.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and just so I'm just like
It brings
I
something
can't
to it.
imagine myself doing that to somebody. So I just don't think I just
You
be there.
would you made a painting about the person? Would that be your your way of getting back?
It's
Let me go ahead and paint them. Make them. Let me show the inner ideology of this person on the painting. On why I had to break up with this person. That'd probably be. I can see that's you, sis. Just show it like that inner feeling. You know that.
One of our friends made a breakup painting. I remember.
See, yeah.
But
You got a date.
They were together for like almost 10 years, and it was a big deal. Like
Shout out to
all
the
of our
people of
friends were all
decades.
ingrained, and I remember it was a powerful piece. It was tough to look at.
See,
but
I am more.
She
of
needed to
a-
get that out, though.
Then it
You know,
felt good. It
yeah,
felt
it
way
needed to
better.
come
You get
out,
that off
You
your
know
chest.
what?
I'm more of a how I hurt people feelings is I
Very.
just pretend like they're non-existent.
Oh, that's so
That is
I do.
cold. I ain't gonna lie. That's some real shit
cold.
though.
I pretend like they never left their daddy nutsack. Like I never
Damn.
knew you
But
existed.
you know what? I realized that does
Yeah.
more damage to a person because not everything need to be fought with fire.
That
you
is my
know,
fire.
That's your fight. That's your way of.
Now watch me work. Like I'm not about to sit here and because you about to see me really do what I do.
Right.
You know, I mean, because in my own personal situations, like a lot of times the conflict is me not bowing down. And I don't feel like I should ever have to bow. You know, I feel like I should be able to compromise with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So in my past experiences, not all of them,
Right.
but the ones that I tried to make work, it was more so of me doing too much. But I had somebody tell me last night, like, nah, they just wasn't doing enough, like type shit. So for me, what I do is I just ignore and boss up. And that's on friend, family, ex,
But that's a boundary
boyfriend.
in
I don't care
itself.
who it
like
is.
if you cut somebody off and you protecting your yin, your yang,
Yeah.
you protecting your livelihood, your peace of mind, you can't buy that. So
Mm-mm.
by definition, you cutting somebody off. Some people may call it grimy. I call it protecting your peace.
Yeah, it is. I just keep living my life and I keep being happy and whatever.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I'm-
And I'm the type of person, even if it hurt, you ain't gonna know.
Right. Oh no, they ain't gonna.
You
No,
know
no,
what I'm
no,
saying?
they ain't
Like,
gonna-
you're not
And
gonna
I'm
that
an
all
Aries, and you ain't never
comes
know.
Yeah.
people in your life for seasons, reasons, and stuff.
Period.
I'd rather have roots than twigs and leaves that's gonna fall off. I need some
Wow.
people to keep me rooted.
And even to add on to that, sis, I'd rather surround myself. I don't like the notion. I hear the notion a lot that's tabbed of people saying that they want to surround themselves with positivity. But we all positive and negative. I
Yeah.
want to
That's
surround
true.
myself with people
Real.
who's real down to earth and moving forward.
Like how I
If they
feel
have a
right
minor setback and they're still moving forward, that's still important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the major setback, like they want to bring you down. They don't want to see you prosper. They don't want to see sis have her paintings. They don't want to see sis have her shops. They don't want to see sis going to work gainfully. They don't want to see you going to work gainfully. They don't want to see you doing what you need to be doing. That's the greatest sadness. Because yeah, because I don't want none of y'all to be honest. I'm gonna be brutally honest with y'all. Sis, I'm gonna let you go to speak your piece. For me, I want everybody here not to do good at all. I want y'all to do great. I want y'all to go beyond what you see yourself. You say you here, I want you to go like infinite. And that could be money, that could mean happiness, that could mean a peace of mind, that could mean love, relationships, whatever it comes. Because if I'm surrounding myself with people like y'all and y'all aiming to be positive or vibrating on positivism, shit, but I'm positive too then. Because I'm naturally negative. I'm so negative. Oh my gosh. This old man stepped on my pinky toe the other day in Walmart. Boy, the first thing I wanted to do was, and this man old enough to be my great granddaddy. I felt bad. Lord have mercy. But I wanted to smack when he stepped his damn big ass feet on my damn pinky toe.
I wanted to say like I wanted to piggyback off of kind of what both of y'all was saying. We have to like accept the fact that not everybody is meant to be there to be your root.
Very
like
true.
you need the leaves to come. It's a reason
I'm
that
learning
the
that.
tree grows new leaves every season.
I'm learning that.
And it's because it grows into a different stage of growth. And the leaves that it had before doesn't match what it's doing in the following year. So it has to grow more, you
Right.
know? So yeah, you're going to always have like that one rooted area where it's a few that's rooted. But understand when you moving through life, if you're actually growing, you're going to lose some people and continue to gain more people. And you got to be okay with that. You know, like you want that. Because if you're not growing, like if you're not outgrowing people, you're not growing.
Yeah.
Like
That's very
if
true.
you've never gone through a stage in life where people are falling off and you're gaining new people, like you are stagnated in a bitch. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so to me, that's like, nah, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't like the notion of not having new friends.
I don't like to take everything personal though, because other people bullshit is theirs. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
you just ain't meant to be
That's
with me
facts.
right now,
That's
right?
facts.
I gotta shed and grow
Some
more.
people will come into your life like a whirlwind and they'll just take up so much of your energy, and then all of a sudden they're gone. And
Yeah.
a couple years later, you're like, where'd
Fuck
that
it.
person
Where'd that
go?
person go?
Yeah, what was that about?
And then all of a sudden your battery is like you dead like a dead car battery.
Mhm.
Like, you know, like
Right.
damn, I need somebody to bring me back to life.
Being able to see that in the beginning is crucial.
Yeah.
Goes right back to it.
To setting
To
boundaries.
set boundaries. And now that we got on that topic, they're a little bit loose, y'all. This is Great Apes Cafe. Like, subscribe, share it. I feel a little energy in the room. It got way better because we come into an understanding. But my next question to ask y'all is, have there ever been a time in life where your boundaries been crossed? And when it happened, what did you do and how you got
Shit,
over
which
that
time?
boundary? I want to start this off with Nugget because she's the quietest. Nugget and Cool Kev. I want to start this off with them because they look like they thinking, and I love that energy. They, you know, she got the glasses on, just thinking about when the time, a boundary. What did you do when your boundary got overstepped? It was overreaching. I mean, like yo, Soldier Boy back in the day, yo.
I had one person that I always like this like some real friendship shit. So like I had this one person I always hang with. Like I make sure they, you know, like my mom cook. I'm like, yo, my mom cook. Like, or they need somewhere to stay at. I'll be like, I'll reason with my family to let them stay. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
or
right.
I might compensate on behalf. Like, don't even let the person know.
Hmm.
But I just had this one person that, like, we got older, and then he was like, he said some shit like, I knew since we was 15 that you wasn't shit, and it's like, bro, we like 20 something now, bro. So
Wait a minute,
it
time out. So how old was he when he asked you that question though? Like when he said you, how old was he when he said he knew you wasn't shit?
Bro, we grown now.
How old? I want to hear a
like,
number, bro.
We not kids no more. Like I'm talking about, like it was like if my man wanted to do something, I put the money up for it. I'm talking about like $500.
Wait a minute. I got.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
I gotta
I'm doing
interject.
shit out of my way
need-
that I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do for nobody.
Bro, I need a number.
And then,
How old? Give me an estimate, guesstimate. How old was you when he said, "I knew since this is
bro,
very specific."
This was like
Look,
this
since you
a
was
few
15.
years ago. This was a few. I'm 32. This like we like 28, bro.
I
We
ain't gonna lie,
like 26, 28.
That's
now.
very specific. I knew since I was 15 that you ain't shit. That's damn.
That let me know. That let me know
You
since
wasn't shit. You was putting up everything.
man. I'm
So he was like,
That's random.
wait.
and I'm like
you was Erica.
and I'm like the therapist because my man was just going through some shit. Like I'm always, I brought knowledge. Like this on other levels.
Said you ain't shit.
It was like I gave like half of everything that I had. I gave to this person, like
that's like
like I'm like,
Like,
because I felt blessed. I was like, you know what? Let me I'm gonna bless somebody else. Like I feel like they got the potential to be something.
But
And
you know
then-
what? I just realized I gotta interject. You know how I know you're not lying? This is the third time you brought this up
Yeah,
over the span of like a year.
man, that shit just like
I
I don't know
Man,
when I just heard it. It just like this one time when I heard this shit, I almost fucking like snapped because I'm like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like you like it's more like I was treating this person like my actual brother more than I was treating my brother like my brother. Like,
and he was nothing but a friend of me.
you're trying to just
And
pour a
then-
lot into somebody.
Yeah,
for-
man. I'm
for-
like, I'm
to
just
get
trying
back
to show
and
him
just
like, yo, sometimes like some of that shit we ain't got to think about. Like, man, we can just keep moving. I'm like your power leg, bro. Like like I'm the
let me tell
power
you
leg.
something,
Like
though.
you need something, I got you. Like just make it happen. You
Right,
feel me?
right.
We at the age we had stuff going on. We could have made it happen, and then it was just like the boundary is just broken when you go back so many years and we grown.
But the
now,
fact
like,
that he said you
the
ain't
fact
shit.
like you ain't learned, like, bro, I know I wasn't. I was like doing the best I can. I might not have been shit. I was learning myself at the time, but now that we grown,
everybody-
Don't say you wasn't shit because you was doing more for him than he
That
could
he
do
was
for
doing for
you.
you.
yeah, I might not have been.
That's
listen,
Kev's whole
listen,
character.
I might
line.
not been shit to somebody else, but for
Let
him,
me
I
say-
was,
let me
I was
explain.
trying
Let
to
me-
be something to you.
Let me interject, y'all. This is Great Apes Cafe. Listen, y'all. Kev he always do more for others than he do for himself. I've seen it. I've seen him physically do more for his own flesh and blood than himself. So, and the person if he really said you ain't shit since you was 15, sound funny. You ain't shit since we was 15 years old. That sounds funny as hell. But I'm letting you know, he's not shit, and you shouldn't even keep on dwelling in the past.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what
Well,
I
how did you
did. This
handle
where the
it?
boundary was broken. It was like I just stopped fucking with him.
How
just
did it
stopped
feel
fuck-
though?
Like I ain't shit. Like, all right, well, all this benefit that you getting from me,
See how much
I just cut that shit off. Like, I just
Now
left
I'm gonna show you I ain't shit.
Yeah, like I
Take
just
all
I
my
just
not
left
shit
him
and
in
get outta
the,
here.
I
Right.
just left him in the past. I left him in the past. Like
How did that feel though after you did that?
I felt 1,000 times better.
Right,
Like, cause
right.
I ain't dragging shit no more.
But you know why you brought it up 3 different times? in
I
the
ain't
past
want to
year?
let the person.
Hold on, let me be real though. The reason why you brought it up 3 different times within the past year is because deep down inside you feel some form of resentment. And that's okay. That's just mean you got a good heart. But I need you to be more grimy. There's nothing wrong with being the bad guy.
Y'all ever watch you ever watch Dirty Clothes?
Okay, that I ain't gonna say resentment. That's a better word.
When you
But
dry,
yeah.
like you ever go grab your clothes after they wash and shit, you dry 'em, them shits, they ain't really so heavy. But when you got dirty
Facts.
clothes, like it's like, damn, this shit like them motherfuckers be extra heavy for some reason.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
I'm dragging this bag, and it's like,
But if he felt like that since he was 15, that means since I was 15. He was a friend of me.
man, to me it was more like you was just a hater, man.
Right.
I hated that sat by my side
Yeah.
and hated on me as I'm coming up.
Envious.
I couldn't hate on
Mm.
somebody.
Like you was sitting there hating on me, just hating.
That is
You
a
just
parasite.
sitting beside me, just hating on me.
hating, but playing it off so good enough so that you're not noticing.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
continuing
Oh
to be
my
really nice to
gosh.
him.
Yeah,
That's like
man.
some like calculated,
That's some
that's
psych.
fake like crap.
You know,
Yeah.
and then
That's
something like that.
wrong was-
See, something like that.
You know what
Maybe
that
scary.
is? It's something my grandma always told me. She said, "Be careful of your shadow, because your shadow might follow you today, but tomorrow might try to take over you."
yeah.
And
then
that's
I'm like,
basically what my grandma always told me. I never knew what she would mean. And you know, you always got people who follow you around. When they follow you around, then you always doing something for them, you needing them. I had a whole bunch of friends like that. You couldn't tell me back in the day I wasn't that girl. You could come through, do things with, hang out. You would come like,
Yeah.
"Hey, yo, girl, let's go out to Raleigh." I'm there. I don't give a damn. My car could sound like damn, what's that, Pharrell and Snoop Dogg shit. I mean, I had a Blazer. And you know, when I
Okay,
turn my
okay.
car on, I think go skirt. And
Oh, you
I was
saw
like,
that?
boom. Yeah. I
Snoop
was
Dogg
in my
song.
Blazer and it goes skirt.
Drop
And I
it like
knew
it's
I needed
hot.
time
You know that
ago.
song.
But I would ride my Blazer off the wheels for my so-called friends.
Friends.
And then when I got into one bad situation, my money ran low,
Mm.
my time ran low.
Come on now.
I'm looked at everybody and I'm like, damn,
Where y'all at?
where my shadows?
I don't
They
even want
are
the money.
not
Where?
there.
Where? Give me a McChicken. Give me a pack of socks. That's all. I
And
don't
it
want the
wasn't, I didn't have friends like, oh, give me a mad chicken. I'd be like, let's go out to eat, everything on me.
money.
Oh, you need some cigarettes, everything on me. I fronted everything every time we went
did it
somewhere.
so
Didn't
many
I?
And if the
Everything.
shoe's on the other foot,
Oh, the
that's the
shoe.
question you got to ask yourself.
That's my shadow.
You got to
left me.
fundamentally ask yourself, and there's a notion I always say, I already know I'm about to say, beware of pretend gestures of admiration, the hidden agendas. And if somebody have, the hidden agenda is, oh, well, she do anything for me. Oh, Brittany got me, I ain't got to worry, she gonna pay for me. Oh, Brittany, my sister, she gonna do my hair for free, I ain't got to pay her shit. No, don't have people like that. Hell no, I disagree. That's where you got to set the boundaries. It's very important when you set a boundary. Oh, Nugget, I'm cool with Nugget. She made a picture for me. She could do a Chanel for me for free? No, hell no.
Because if like that person really does feel that close to you, they
wanna
should
buy
admire and respect what
and
you
pay
do,
for it.
and they want to honor that by like giving you what they and you both know your worth.
Yeah, they want to
Absolutely.
support you.
Yeah, that's
They
how
wanna
you support your people.
Absolutely.
They ain't gonna tell you ain't shit.
No. So that's why, and back to that, to alley back to that.
I mean, it goes so many years back. That's the thing that
They never was a friend. They're friend of me.
Yeah, I
Think
never
about it. I
cared.
had a person on I had many people on the podcast. They came on the podcast. I love you, Tim. That my one of my religions is I believe that if you sit and break bread with somebody, you have a level of family with that person, right? Anyway, I broke bread with this person. They said, and I quote, "I made you powerful. I made y'all podcast. I gave y'all power." Ooh, that's so narky. Because we are powerful. I would never be the type of individual to say, "Oh, I'm Miss Nugget on my platform. I gave her power." Brittany on a platform. I gave her. Hell no. I won't never come at nobody like that. And I'm grimy. I will never do no shit like that.
But you know what?
Yeah, you
that
is
is what
grimy.
you know. Yeah, but a lot of the conflict is at the end of the day, that person probably really don't feel like their behavior is disrespectful, just based
Some
on their
people-
perception.
Now,
You know why? Because that same individual probably accepts that type of behavior from other people or somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So that to
Yeah.
them, it's okay to say I love you and then turn around and disrespect the fuck out of you. You know,
It's-
Kiss the
Especially-
Judas.
So you're talking about education too, which I think is part of consent culture, just bringing awareness to that.
right,
that's what we need
right.
to
But
bring
what
awareness.
but a lot of times, and even in this in particular situation, even when awareness was brought, it still wasn't.
It didn't help.
It wasn't the accountability wasn't taken.
Cognitive
You know what I'm saying?
dissonance too. Like if somebody's been doing something, they're like for so long and seeing it done, like, and then you say something to them like that's different, like totally disagrees with their experience learned up to then. Your brain just like the first time be like just dismisses it, whether you hear it or not.
Period.
It's like it has
Exactly.
a hard time bringing together
Very true.
your
Exactly.
reality and a whole something that clashes it. And that's just
Exactly.
like
That's why they
something
always
to run
tell you
into.
be careful.
People is never they're gonna send out their cell rap. I will send out my cell rap to anybody. Cell rap, cell rap. The cell rap is gonna lure people in. Once they lure in, then you get the real that little small writing that be on the commercial. Zero down for this and we'll hold it for 3 years. And that fine that small writing, that's their true identity. So I always sit back and I feed off of people. Before I met Tim, I watched him come in and I never, ever, ever say anything to him. Now, all of a sudden, we just started kicking and talking. And I was like, okay, cool. Now, he pissed me off one day. And I did something real shicey back to him. It was fine. We're not going to speak on that.
Thank you.
It was a Virgo and the Aries against each other. But, I always tell people, if that one person can cross you that one time, feel comfortable. For them to even feel comfortable to even cross that boundaries, it's just something that they just never took you serious. And I feel like this. It goes back to what people, like, how kids mimic everything, like how you sat there and said it's whatever they see and they came up upon because that person did something to them. That's what they feel if they say, my mama did this to my dad did this and this and the third, so I'm gonna do this.
So they feel comfortable with it because that's what they're used to.
But what gave them the reason to feel comfortable? Like you said, they felt comfortable, but for you to even allow them to feel comfortable, like never put your guard down. It's just the way the word is.
I can't put guard down. Like
I can't say that. What you mean? Don't
when I
put
say
your guard
never
down.
put your guard down, as in nobody never show you their true colors. At the end of the day, it's always two sides to a person.
Well, so
that's true.
I gotta agree with you on that because I
only agree 50%.
I believe that everybody has a perception of themselves.
Exactly.
Right? And sometimes that could really be who that individual is, but in most of society, people's perception of themselves is not who they really are.
That's very true.
So when you meet them, y'all talking and they telling you what they like and what they did and their experience and everything from their perception, and you're sharing yours. So you're believing that this individual is who they say they are based off of what they're saying to you, right? But to be honest, it really takes time. You know what I'm saying? To actually get to know an individual, because people reflect how they feel, not who they really are.
That's why I told them I'm grimy.
People's feelings and who they really are, that shit don't always line up. You know what I'm saying? It could be a motherfucker going around saying, "Oh, I'm real. Oh, I'm boss. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm not." But you're not reflecting that behavior.
I mean, if you think about it, if you think about the topic that we were supposed to talk about around the time that we were supposed to talk about love,
right?
Well, we couldn't even talk about love with a certain individual on the podcast. And if I had to think about this for a second, if an individual can't talk about love at all, that means most likely themselves never experienced, or they don't know how to reciprocate or even conjure the ideology of what love is. I mean, we couldn't even talk about it.
Love is on different levels.
Love is
so many different.
It's personal. It is expressive. It's art. It is music. It's so many things.
It's vibration.
But it's vibrations. It's energy. But the thing about it is, we couldn't at that time with a certain individual, and you know who you are. We couldn't even talk about love.
That's the greatest. Who hurt them?
Who that hurt?
Who hurt you? Who you hurt? You ain't never got that mommy hug? No, I'm saying I don't know the situation. But at the end of the day, when you talk love, sometimes it do be sensitive for people because, I feel like love or whoever people are become like how y'all are sitting around here. Somewhere y'all have somebody show y'all love. Y'all are able to come together, bring unity, bring peace, allow people to come out here and speak and talk about things. And y'all seem, well, I'm not going to say y'all seem, all y'all is like very genuine when it comes to it. So at some point, like my love for y'all would be different I have for my husband or for my mom and, from my sister and my nieces and nephews. But for that person not to ever be able to talk about love.
That's a red flag.
Universal love.
Yeah, it's something like,
something going on.
What was your childhood like for you not to be able to receive and give love?
That's the truth.
Hold on, but in the sense, like I said, when you got rough childhood and you grow up and you still love even a friend to a certain point, and then it like I showed love for the longest time, and then later on, it's just like when I got older, it's just like for you to say some stupid ass shit like that. Now I'm real.
I know you ain't going back to when he said I know you ain't shit.
It just make me tight as fuck. Like,
bro, wait a minute. Let's revisit
like,
that.
now
hold on. I want to keep that open.
Now I'm like this. What you mean? Like I let you know.
But the thing was,
Now
you
I'm lit-
show
now I'm
love
going
to
down the-
everybody.
Nah,
you mad
Did
about
you
that shit.
show
You
self
mad
love
about
to yourself?
Yeah.
But can I
I
also
did.
say this? Have other people shown love to you
Yeah.
that you
yeah,
didn't do things for?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still
Yeah.
got, you know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
don't
but-
always get
No,
it back
yeah.
from the people we feel like we should get it back from.
And you let that,
you know what I'm
that-
saying?
you
Don't
let
always work
somebody
like
gonna
that.
have power over you.
Nah, no, I'm
That's
not.
like your
I'm just
mama
trying-
spanking your ass and say it's
I'm
gonna
trying to
hurt
get
you
y'all to
more than it hurt me.
understand.
I understand that now,
Yeah.
though. I ain't
I'm
gonna
trying
lie.
to get y'all to understand why
It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt me more than
when
it
I
hurt-
had
No,
let
it
that
don't.
shit go, when I let that shit go, anybody of that element, I don't even fuck with. So like, if I see,
Facts.
I didn't watch this shit so long to the point where if you want some shit like that, like I could tell quick now. Like it don't take a long time no more for me to figure it out. Like it's like I could chill you for like 5 minutes, and then I'm like, nah, like it was. I might not even have no problem with shake your hand and all that, but
I agree 50%.
later on down the line, just like like you calling me, yo, what's up? What you doing this weekend? This
Right.
and that. I ain't really doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Not with you, I'm not.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
My problem, I guess, in that notion is everybody have potential energy to be their greater self, and they don't know it.
Yeah.
So you have some people who walk around, you're like, damn. You sit in front of sister probably do art. She be in front of her gallery. Crackhead walk past, or she be in a shop, she see a crackhead. Or I'm driving the 18 wheel, I see a crackhead, and I never be that person like, damn, here come Felicia. No, because at any moment I could go through something in life and I could be in the worst place that they are, right? And or we don't know what this person going through. Some people gotta go through being a crackhead, rock bottom, whatever you want to call it, to get to a higher state in life.
Yeah.
The thing is, are you willing to be on a journey with some of these people who perhaps broke your boundaries on that way, getting to where they need to be at?
If they've shown
I feel like
themselves,
If they show
gotta
themselves,
prove
we ain't got
themselves
time to be.
valuable.
I
Yeah.
feel like I
Right,
did
right.
it long enough, man.
Right, right.
Anybody keep
Absolutely.
doing this shit
Absolutely.
over
But
and
why
over,
do
man.
you take it long enough? That's the thing.
Cause I gave. See, I ain't have many. I had a lot of friends, but I ain't have a friend that I'm like chilling with every day. I only had one person I did that with.
Mm.
I'm talking about
had a
everything
best
I
friend
did.
who fucked my boyfriend, and now they got kids and stuff together.
I'm talking about
Damn.
every.
And about to get
I don't know
married.
if y'all understand.
Good God. What?
So,
I don't know if y'all understand what I'm
That's
saying
jacked up.
though. Like this childhood, I don't have shit to do
Basically,
all day.
Right.
We don't have shit to do. We chilling all day. We grow up. I got a job and shit now. I'm still making time for you out of my day.
Okay,
But the point-
you loyal
I'm grown
by
now.
nature.
Can I
I
say
got
this
bills
though?
to pay.
But you loyal by nature.
Right, but that's still doing things out of your hurt. I told Tim the same thing a few days ago.
But it came to my one friend. who
Okay,
came on
you still doing it out of hurt. That's
Yeah.
because I never had that. I'm trying to give it to somebody else, but that's doing it out of your hurt.
I wouldn't say hurt. It's just
It
me. It's me like really. It's me really. It's me really trying to. Because sometimes like you can be somebody's friend and they in their mind it's like somewhere down the line they was like they think that you don't really fuck with them like that.
Sis, you feel that way?
So like
you ever
when
had
you
that situation happen to
I always been genuine. I ain't never had to sit right here procrastinate an image. You know what I mean?
if they
So
feel
it's
like
different for
you're
me.
not
Or fake an
genuine
image.
and
Yeah,
you
I
got
don't
to
have
go
to do
through
that
hell
shit.
and hot water to prove yourself and your loyalty to them, they will always question you. They will never give you the respect, the dignity, nothing. They will always question your level of friendship. I'm not about to go through hell and hot water, go slay a goddamn Medusa, come back with the damn head and snakes and all. I'm not about to do all that. Either you're gonna be my damn friend or you're not gonna be my damn friend.
Whether
You
I
gonna
can pick
ride
your
out
ass up or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
If it's gas, look. If my car run out of gas, I need you to be. I don't give. You got on Tim's, Coach, Air Force Ones. We pushing my
With
goddamn
boogers
car.
still in your
Yeah.
eyeballs.
If I call you, I want you to be there. And if you can't return the damn favor, that's it. That's the same thing.
I'm not about to keep doing it, and then when I come back, then my like, hey, yo, I'm broke down.
This ain't
side of the
LL
road.
Cool J.
Yeah.
doing it
Yeah,
well.
shit. One time, mama said, knock your ass out. Bye. You going out my life. This is how it is. You the one kept, and that's why
shit.
you hurt, because you kept putting yourself in the situation to keep picking somebody up. And when your ass went down, nobody was there to pick your ass up.
And that though, cause I ain't go down.
No, I'm not saying it like that.
I even went even higher.
No, I'm not saying it like
Whenever
that.
I was like, yo,
you're
fuck this.
missing.
There was no reciprocation.
That's what I'm saying. When you was down, nobody was there to pick you up. Not saying you went down to the bottom and you got fucked up.
You
on
needed
something.
somebody.
You needed somebody.
We all go through that.
At some point in your life, and that person would not return the favor. And for that person to tell you wasn't shit,
it's even worse than that.
And that's
what
how I know it
hurt
hurt,
you.
because it's your third time bringing up within the past
and that's that
365
hurt.
days.
But see, like I'm telling you, I'm the type of person, what I do for you and you can't return the damn favor, I don't care. Like my grandma always say, put people to trials. Put people, like God gonna give us trials and tribulations. You better learn how to put people through trials and tribulations too. Honey, let me tell you something. I clean my closet from top to down, left to right. I'm gonna, like, if me and you kick it, and I'm like, okay, boom, 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 I'm always there for you. Guess what I'm gonna do with my friend? I'm gonna put my friend, and God knows Deja, no, I will do it. Hey, yo, Deja, where you at? I'm need help. You know what she do? Bitch, where you at? Let's go.
Fact.
Who messing with you?
Fact.
I had put her, and then I'm like, girl, I'm just playing. She's like, bitch, you play too much. You know I'm maybe there, bitch. I'm
Get
like,
the hell out of
yeah.
there.
She
No, you
tell
didn't do
me.
that. Do too
Like,
much.
bitch,
We
you
do
play too
what?
much. You know damn well I'm right here about to roll out of bed, get my guns, and we about to go at it. Who hurt you? I need somebody like that. And she had put me through tests, and I had put through tests, and I know that bitch right there, I would never turn my back on her. But at the same time, when I'm down, I know she'll pick me up. When she down, she know I pick her up. That's the point. When I say you was down, nobody was there. You kept doing and doing and doing. Don't put yourself in a situation. It's like this. Somebody come, oh, I'm cold. My feet cold. You give me your shoes. Oh, I'm cold. You give me your jacket. Oh, I'm cold. You give me your shirt. Oh, I pissed my pants. You give me the pants. You standing there, butterball ass nigga. Who gonna come clothe you?
Hey, facts.
The world don't owe you shit. That's why he said you ain't shit.
So
and now you got to be like, okay, boom.
It just made me more real at the end of the day.
It does.
It does make
I
you
want to
real.
hear what Nugget got to say.
Because
But
you
at
came
the
to the
same
realization
point-
that he
but no,
was
no,
never
no.
a friend.
But at the same point,
Cause I ain't never changed.
I'm gonna tell you something. You won't get mad. I'm gonna let you talk, baby.
No, you
No,
cool.
You
baby.
hurt. And guess
I'm
what? No,
not.
yes, you is. Cause keep bringing it back up, and that's why he's still winning on your ass.
I like her.
You hurt. You hurt.
I promise. Like,
You say he done bring it up 3 times, right? 3 times in 1 year.
3 times. I ain't gonna lie. It's
Cam,
not a
your
dis-
feelings was
Is that a
hurt.
diss, Cam?
man, if y'all,
But she do feel some.
bro, if y'all realize how much like, bro,
Bring it-
I'm different,
back up.
bro. I'm
Kev,
really,
it's
I'm
okay.
really different, bro.
But
It's
let me ask you this
okay,
question.
But
When he
don't
made that
ask you
statement-
still giving him victory because you keep bringing it back up. That motherfucker ain't talking about you.
No.
That
Man.
motherfucker like, yo, I remember I told Cal he ain't
Man, this
shit.
man made it.
He ain't thinking about your
This man
ass.
made it this song.
Wait.
Uh,
They're making this one back. They're
See,
making
look,
this one back.
I don't give him the shine. I ain't got it.
Well, let's make a diss on together.
Nobody don't even
I'm
know.
about to
Nobody
diss
don't even know who
somebody.
it is.
Was it this song about you?
Yo,
Why were you listening
I didn't listen to
to it?
it.
So who told you this song was about you?
My sister called me like, "Yo, he sent me this song."
Lord, he sent it to you.
Nah, he ain't sent it to me though.
But he sent it to
Your
his
sister,
sister.
same
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, it's
Because you didn't hear
violation.
about it.
Nigga,
Yeah,
what?
that's what
Wait,
I'm saying.
time out. Let me interject.
That's
Hold
what I'm
on.
telling
He said
y'all.
what?
Like, it's not no hurt. It's more like,
Nah, you gotta-
was
gotta-
disrespecting, bro. Like,
Nah, you gotta
it's
be.
Not, it's not
Nah,
hurt,
you
bro.
gotta.
Yeah.
If
Because-
somebody did send my sister, I'm the only child, but you send me, you send my sisters a diss track, bitch, I'm coming for a diss track back.
But see, that's the point.
This track
You let somebody,
Jack.
if you up here
But think about what I'm
and
saying
they're not
though.
here, how can they talk down to you if you up there?
That's
If you say you
Nothing.
up here and they're down here, how can they talk down to you? What the hell they do should not even reach up to your level.
And
they
sometimes
trying
you
to
do
pull
it
down.
when you start climbing
Do
that
any of
mountain.
y'all know who it is?
Say the person ain't shit.
Nah.
When you start,
I ain't
let,
got
let-
to.
let me give you. I like that you
What?
did that.
I ain't
When
got
you
to.
start climbing that mountain, when you start climbing that mountain to success, and you look at the person who was hating on you, and where you at now, and look at where they at, would you ask yourself this question: are you more happy than he is?
Damn right I
That's
am.
the most
I done
important
had
thing.
people like
That's all.
and
That's
that
all
should
way
be
to
I
do
done
your
had
it.
head
people come
of
to me
it.
like, man, why you don't fuck with that man no more, man? That
Yeah,
man
you
told
should
me
tell
he
him
was
this.
trying to get back with you, and I don't want to hear
Get
that
back-
shit. Don't even come to me with that sob
back
ass
about
shit.
this
I
shit.
And
don't,
that's
He crossed that boundary. You heard me.
you can come to me with it,
There
and I'm
you
gonna
go.
tell you to go
I
ahead
know I
about
would be
your
mad
business.
though.
I'm gonna tell you to
You
go
see that
about
man
your
over there?
business,
Shout
man.
out to DJ Barbarian. If DJ Barbarian knew me since I was in like 3rd grade, right? So if he come up to me and say, "Tim, I knew you since you ain't shit since you was in 3rd grade," I'll be like, "Bro, what the fuck you mean?" Because see, when somebody know you that long and that built that much
That's what I'm
rapport,
trying to tell
they
you.
more close to cut a nerve or cut you in a way that nobody else
And it
can
ain't no
because they know you.
girl. It ain't like he a girl, bro. He a man.
Yeah, you got.
So you
I got
can't be hurt by a man.
facts.
Hell no. You
Nah,
not. You can't hurt me, bro.
Apparently, son.
nah,
I
you can still be
disagree.
hurt. I
I,
disagree.
bro,
with
listen, bro.
I disagree
I
with
am
that.
indestructible, bro. Trust me.
He let up in the
I don't know.
Just because somebody can't break you doesn't mean your feelings don't get
Man, I
hurt.
was
And the
taught-
fact that
It
you
rubbed
can't
you a certain
acknowledge
type
that
of
your
way.
feelings was hurt. You
I
know,
was taught
that-
Go ahead, let everybody know what your zodiac sign real quick, Kev.
I'm a Cancer, man.
That's
I'm,
why.
I'm 50-50.
Let me tell you, my
I'm
mom was
either
a
with
Cancer.
you
May
or
she rest in
not.
peace. When you
When
It
I'm
ain't
not
no
with
fit-
you,
When
like,
you get on the
believe
Cancer
me, like, don't
nerves-
try to come calling me, oh man.
That's
this
at
and that.
50-50. I don't do 50-50.
Yeah,
Either you
see,
100 or you not with me. I don't know 50-50.
Ain't no
You not
50-50.
you
See,
not
I'm
riding
look,
the fence
the
with
sign
me.
say 50-50, but I'm 100 the whole time. So with your scale and mine, if I go 100% to the left, your ass done with. If I go 100%
I ain't
to
gonna lie,
the
Kev
right,
brought this shit up 3 times.
if I go 100% to
That's
the
why I
right, I'm
said he
fucking with
hurt.
it the long way.
He hurt.
Kev said, I ain't gonna be on the podcast sounding like a bitch. I ain't hurt. I understand, bro, but you
It's
hurt.
been
I mean, I'm
people
not-
that
I'm
have
not hurt,
it's been
bro.
people that
Like, I
have
don't
done
know.
things to me and I ain't give a fuck because it wasn't really much care there.
And you're not
You know what
dwelling
I'm
on it.
saying? But then it's been people that I cared about that have said things to me and I might have cut their ass off, but what they said hurt. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel
I don't
good.
know.
It hurt. It hurt when you said what you said.
Hey, yo,
You know what I'm
sis, tell
saying?
him, when did you let that hurt go? Do you bring it back up?
No. I
That's the
mean,
point.
I mean, if I'm questioned about it, you know what I'm saying, but I don't really bring it
I ain't
up.
gonna this situation, I agree with
I-
Sis and Kev.
It's like we
Yeah.
Go
podcasting.
ahead.
Like we
Yes.
podcasting, so I'm just trying to get y'all. Like I'm trying to show you how to
So how did
accept
you say-
my way of thinking on the situation.
No,
It's
we
not so
understand
much
your way
about
of thinking.
being hurt.
We
No,
this
wait,
your
let her
third
talk.
time,
Let her
bro.
talk. Let her talk. Let her talk. She
Go
been
ahead,
trying to talk. Go
sis.
ahead.
I'm sorry, Mr.
No.
Nugget.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
I understand. I feel like the experience vividly of like being hurt like that in an unexpected way by somebody who I put a lot into, and then the experience of when I know I let it go for good, and like when I went to federal prison for growing weed inside my house. It was my son's godfather who wore like a wire on us, and he was a younger. He was like our
time out,
closest
time out. It was-
person.
Wait. Somebody was wearing a wire?
Yeah, that's how I got in trouble. He like, and he was somebody I like fed at my table every
Say that
week.
one more again?
Somebody I fed at my table like every week,
See, now
and
that'll hurt. That'll hurt.
and just like he had so little to lose. His father was an attorney. Like he'd never been in trouble really. I think that his father probably like advised him to do what he did or
my
whatever.
God.
But like my son was literally his godson, and like I feel like if he probably thinks about it now, he's either like in a place where he's so like far gone or he doesn't think about it or whatever in life, or he is and he does and he feels terrible, you know what I mean? But like I was so hurt by that, and I went like through these phases of like first denial and then like accepting it and then being like really mad and then like really wanting revenge because like you didn't just F me, man, you F my whole family, and they didn't just give me 1 year, 2 year. I got 5 years, my old man got 10, and like that, like you know what I'm saying? I had like played out the whole like scenario of like them getting what they deserve. Is it like something quick, like having my people like fuck them up, or like is it like that long burn of like look what I did to these people? I think about stuff like that. I had to let it go because it was eating me up. Like
It will
just
eat you
all
up.
those sorts of different experiences of feelings just towards that person. I had no control over the situation anymore. It had done happened and it fucking cut deep, you know, like,
That
and
is
I
a
just
deep
like,
cut.
I like came to this point where I was just like, I cannot let this take up space in my mind, you know, like I want to just be like a vessel for like all the
And he
energies.
really don't even know what
and all the
godfather
things.
means. Do you know what a godfather or godmother is? What that even mean? I ain't gonna lie. That's heavy.
But
That's
it's,
heavy. It's beyond boundary. I live by there's a code of conduct I live by, and it's not just because I'm from New York, I'm from the projects, all of that. It's just you don't put yourself, you just don't snitch. I'm sorry, can I keep it real? You don't snitch. I know a lot of people doing a lot of illegal shit. Is it the world news to know? No, it's none of your damn business. The fact that that was somebody you confided, not just yourself, but
That
your
was
own
real
child.
personal.
Oh my gosh, Shanae, oh my goodness.
See
That's too
that's
much.
somebody trying to like
That would
actually.
make I feel ignorant right now.
That's
Like
somebody
I
trying
want
to
to
like
fight.
somebody
You know what I
somebody
mean? Like,
separated you from your family and put you in like a predicament where you could have been, like if you was like somewhere like that girl basketball player, ain't no telling how many years you would have got for growing some shit in your crib. Like,
And
you
then
know what I
on top
mean?
of that, she wouldn't have got the fame
but you
and
don't
But, like,
all
understand.
that stuff. Like
He had a wire, which mean that this is premeditated.
Yeah, but she fed like this somebody that stayed with her. She feeding them like you might have been like loving on them or whatever. You
That's
feel
just
me?
like, yeah, it was like a family member as like that, as like the, it was the situation, but it's just like I never expected it, and it just like, and then I never have seen that person since all that stuff happened. But it like really, it really took up a lot of space in me. It was just all the different feelings about it and like all the things, and I like. It was such a relief to like let it go for myself and
You
just be
got
like,
to.
I
I was
just
about to say you
I'm
got to.
moving forward, and I know these things that I want for myself that are over there. That's what I can control,
Right.
like, and I just like
And he get his karma really is.
I fortified, you know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, when I don't like I feed off the like these positive energies, or like I keep a look, but I definitely keep my guard up. I like watch and see first because I want to feel somebody's energy. I don't like to because I felt a shift at the end, and that was another situation that taught me just listen to my fucking gut too, because like I felt something, just a little shift in the energy that I didn't like, and it perked me up. Like, why is he already out back outside? He always smoked a blunt, I was coming in from a cigarette, and just like it was just weird. Now I always listen to my gut, but just it really helped me to like I just like stay guarded, and I want like just to feel somebody out like for real and listen, be quiet and listen. Like I'm a generator type person, like like I'm like if I like really chill out my thoughts and like just listen to my like guts, there's either like a or it's like real guttural, and I can like just kind of tell. But you got to be quiet. You got to like look for it. But that experience taught me that it's like one of the very impactful things that I've been through that had such a poignant teaching lesson, like the perfect example of that. And I always think to that now. So I do like to just like, I'm very friendly and like hosting, but I will like to see, I want to feel somebody out, like not just that everybody can say they're about whatever and they might really believe it. Like that may be their perception of themselves. But I just like want a smooth and easy rhythm, and your vibrations match. It'll be like that. There's just the smooth and easy rhythm. For me,
that's true. Because everybody's like a snake. I don't care if we share skin, dead cells every day, every second.
I don't know. I disagree with sis. I ain't no damn snake.
No, I'm not saying like that.
I know.
We
I'm fucking with you. We all got angels and demons.
Yeah,
we all got an angel and a demon.
We share. So each time when I say about sharing, it's like, okay, I might be feeling you today, but tomorrow you might be a munch.
That sounds more like a Virgo thing.
Shut up. That's not no Virgo thing.
No, that's Gemini.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to say that because I might be feeling you today and then find out something about you tomorrow that I just can't move past.
So I'm like,
that's why you be careful what you look for.
I might not be looking for it. It may have just been presented. Because I'm all about accepting people for who they are. I'm not going to keep begging you to stick to my boundary.
Person who they are when they first meet you.
That's true.
Nobody.
Over time, you're going to learn them.
Nobody. And
wait, say that one more time.
Nobody's not gonna give you the true person. Like, I mean, that's like I know somebody for how many? I mean, from we was in diapers taking baths together, and she still screwed me over, and that's supposed to be like my bestie.
But
and then, at the end of the day, I'm sitting here looking at her, and my ex and their family and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm looking like, oh wow, I'm not mad. And yes, I did feel that pain. Because I was with this dude for like daggone 15 years. I felt the pain. And when I felt that pain, I was like, okay, cool. But I was on some I was like She-Hulk. I felt all that pain and went and everything. But then I was like, you know what? They was winning. Because they was going on about their lives, doing them. And I was holding all
That's
this
right.
anger,
That's right.
bitterness, mad
That's
inside
energy.
of
That's
me.
in. That's a lot of in.
They was killing me.
Mm.
Well, no, I was killing myself.
Right.
While they was living their life. And
So
then
the moment you relinquish, you and Miss Nugget, y'all relinquish that.
it felt
that
so
energy. How
damn
did it
good.
feel?
I could even bring up that matter of fact, I sent the baby when I found out the baby was pregnant and stuff like that. I ain't even went and got the damn baby a gift. It don't bother me. Plus, you know why? Because I am a better person than that. I am a better person. Yeah, everybody like, oh, you shouldn't have did it. But you know, at the end of the day, you know what? You did what you had to do. He did what he had to do. I'm not mad. I'm blessed. I'm married. I'm happier now. And then it's like, you know, I am a better person to who I am from that point. Because that showed me I have peace, forgiving.
You said peace, though. Peace of mind is very important. You got to relinquish. You can't have a vendetta. That's too much energy on yourself.
It is.
It is.
That shit sounds
You gotta, yeah. I mean, and I ain't gonna lie. For me, I hold grudges. Ain't nobody hold a grudge like me. But I have to relinquish shit. I gotta relinquish like that energy, like cutting somebody off the way y'all did in the matter. I gotta give y'all a round of applause on that because that's important.
I can tell you the best thing though, man. The best thing is, you know, when you ain't got to have a whole bunch of friends, but when you spend time with somebody and you really put the effort in it, it's like I learned something that a lot of people might not have. So like now when I meet people, I know exactly I know exactly the type of person I met. I don't know if that make any sense to anybody else, but I had put the time in while I was young, and I'm glad I did that because I'm older now. So like a lot of bullshit gonna fly past me off the rip.
I like what Nugget said earlier. Is something that I do. I always have. She said something about somebody said something about having their guard up, and
I would say I have my guard up.
I expect, and this may sound grimy.
I would say I do.
I expect the people closest to my circle to become Judas Iscariot at any time. Because it happens so many times on my podcast. Yeah. It happens so many times in my family. It happens so many times with acquaintances and you know, it's so and on and on.
Yeah.
That, you know, you help somebody out, you put them on, or you did something for them, and then all of a sudden they Judas Iscariot you. You know? So
that's why they always say, like my grandma always say,
shout out to grandma.
I love my grandma. Make sure
you might want to give her the mic.
My grandma always told me this. I'm sorry. I don't like my voice. My grandma always told me this. She always said, you can't eat off of my plate. My table is only reserved for one until I make it two. But the reason why she always say that, because my appetite may be different from all y'all appetite. And when you sat there and said, when people gave you the kiss of Judas, because they done ate off your plate, they wasn't full. So they need to go build their own entree, appetizer, and shit like that. That's how it came. That's just how it came. That fork that they had, it wasn't fulfilling. Every time they went like this and try to eat, they done ate your shit. So they be like, okay, boom. I'm still hungry. That's what I would say, baby. Don't look at my plate. Because my appetite is so much different from yours.
That's true.
I might be vegan today, but might be fucking meat. Yeah. I may be eating meat tomorrow. Beef, you don't know what I'm eating.
Right. I fuck with that.
Because my plate is built for my energy, what I need to do. I might be fucking like a squirrel and then like a bear. I might be going to hibernate. Because I'm ready for the winter. The winter is brittle. I might be like, yo, I'm about to go hibernate. I'm going to eat all my food I can. And then I'm like, okay, boom. After I eat my food, I'm about to go sit back and relax and hibernate. Yeah, I'm going to get sleepitis, whatever. But at the end of the day, my plate can only fill me.
I like that analogy. I fuck with that.
It can't fill you. You might, like he said, you don't eat pork and stuff. I don't eat pork and stuff. But I can't eat off your plate. Your plate is fulfilling for only you. That's why my grandma said, I reserve my table for one.
Get a plate, maybe. If you like, you got gas money, I'll take you.
Shit. The way no.
If somebody's willing
I
to
know.
get in, I'll help them learn to build their own.
Yeah,
Facts.
I
I
can't
like
even put the
Boy, now
gas
you on a
in.
whole nother topic.
Hey,
I like
look.
that.
Hey, look. Let me tell you something. You can't even put gas in mine because the gas too damn high. I'm good. I'm my shit on
The gas
reserve.
been dropping lately. I
I
saw
don't care.
it
My
was
shit on
$2.99
reserve.
at Walmart. I said, okay.
I don't give a
It
damn
was
how big my
$2.74.
vehicle is. My vehicle on reserve. Me, my dog, and my husband. That's it.
And
Oh,
Facts.
ain't no extra.
And what you said is, to me, it's like the only way that I could work with somebody, like somebody crossing a boundary, depending on how serious it is. You know what I'm saying? Some people just might fuck up, but if they own accountability and be like, you know what, damn, I did
I
whatever. You know what I'm
apologize, sis.
saying?
I'm on my
Let me
DMX.
take
I'm
the
slipping the
initiative
forward.
and yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I was
it's
just
like you.
thinking,
It's I'm willing to work with anybody who's willing to put the work in.
That's
And that's just it. And that's in any
Yes.
circumstance.
You said accountability, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to fuck you over and I said, okay, I'm sorry, great, and you say, okay, girl. it's
No, that's not
forgiven.
what I mean by taking
Okay.
accountability.
I was about to ask, how many
No.
times I got to
When
fuck you over for you to cut me off?
when I say take accountability, I mean own they shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna own my shit.
It's,
But is it okay
you can't
if I
just
come back
say
and
I'm
do it
sorry.
again?
No, but you can't just say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry is like not something that you
action's
say
gotta
out of your
reflect
mouth. Yeah, it's like something that you
but
show.
That's like
But
that's, I had a friend who kind of I felt like hurt me, and they did hurt me. We
I
had a
don't
real
know.
tight.
Well, now I'll be nosy. I don't know.
No,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because I broke up with her back in like 2014.
Oh, okay.
It was like a friend. Not I don't have. Okay, so I'm not gay, but I mean, even if I was, it wouldn't matter, right? But I
your
say
party
that
too.
because even
Exactly.
for friendships, sometimes I have to break up. To me, it's worse breaking up with a friend than it is with a boyfriend. Because
Really?
absolutely,
Absolutely.
Boyfriends,
she
boyfriend,
knew
girlfriend
more
come down
about
to dozen.
me
It's their
than
friend.
any boyfriend would ever know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe I'm grimy. I ain't something
Yeah,
wrong
but
with me.
when we break up a friend, bitch, you better delete every text message.
yeah,
I
like
get it.
this was a friend, you know, and this friend I didn't speak to since 2014, and then they tried to be friends with me again, and then about 2 weeks ago, I got a DM from them,
Everybody
and
always
the DM,
slide in the DM.
yeah,
That's
and then the
sliders.
message it said, if I have said or done anything to whatever hurt you in the past, I'm really sorry. Automatically, I'm not willing to work with that because you didn't take accountability. You said if I had, as if you don't know what the fuck
you did. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
And
when
you
I
know
say
who you are, you know who you
right,
are.
so when I say what I'm willing to work with, that's what I mean. You know, if somebody can say, "Oh, you know what? When I did that, I see how it affected you, or I see how the situation fucked us both up, or me up, or you up, whatever." I realize that was not a good decision, or I apologize for her. You know, that's something that I could possibly work with because I can feel the difference at the end of the day.
Will they learn a lesson?
I can tell. I can just feel that. I can feel when somebody really is willing to work with. Yeah. Not everybody is gonna fuck up. Every once in a while, I have hurt people.
She has.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I haven't hurt people. I have hurt people. But my point is that I personally have never hurt anybody intentionally.
Yeah.
I am an Aries like Tim. So all my life, before I gained emotional control, I would just say whatever I had to say without regard of how it came out. I meant what the fuck I said, but I hurt somebody's feelings, and that wasn't my intention. You know what I'm saying? So it was more of like, damn, I could have delivered it differently. I hurt that person by saying it like that. You know what? I apologize for saying it to you that way. And then moving forward, I will find a better way to deliver the truth. Yeah. I can never lie to you, but I can find a better way to communicate to where I'm not hurting you because I love you and I respect you in that manner. You know what I'm saying? So I got grace. So I'm not going to say, oh, if somebody fuck up, automatically I'm not.
That's what I got to learn. I don't have grace.
Yeah, but you can just tell by the way somebody takes accountability if the behavior is going to be repeated.
I said some shit on the podcast even with Kev. Kev don't have no children. I said, you ain't got no right to say nothing. Because you ain't got no children. I had to think about it.
That's not true because everybody has a right. Right.
Take that back. Like, who am I to say that?
Community race
Who am I to say that though? I ain't Mufasa.
but you
Joshua,
took accountability.
I ain't Yahweh.
And did you do it again?
Jehovah. No, I ain't
You
gonna say
didn't do it
nothing like
again.
that.
Exactly.
I ain't
So
gonna
we
say nothing like that no
all,
more.
but so yeah, so you just gotta know, you could just gotta be able to feel. You know what I'm saying? And just to top that off, in my response, I waited a couple of days to respond because I had to think about that thing for a second. And in my response, I said, actually, you did XYZ, and you did it before that, and I forgave you. So when you did it again, that was it for me. And you know what I'm saying?
And you know who you are.
That was it. You know?
Stop calling people out.
Right. But the truth is that when she apologized the first time, she did it the same way she did this time. Even so many years later. So you
Which
can
means
just
she ain't learned shit.
Yeah, you can just tell.
It's people like that. I'm not gonna say I hate people, but I dislike. Like, okay, if you tell a baby to don't touch stove, it's hot. That hard-headed ass baby won't touch that stove because they got to find out for themselves how hard it's hot.
Oh gosh,
you know?
I ain't ready for that. For
and
my
then
son,
they
my
touch
baby.
it. Then they learn their lesson. But for somebody who don't learn their lesson and they just compete, just keep
People
doing it
only
over and
repeat shit when it's a lack of accountability.
Yeah.
But hold on, let me
That's that part.
interject real quick because I don't want us to forget this one subject. I want us to talk about consent. Consent.
Oh.
Consent. I want us to talk about that. And the reason why I lately hear a lot of acquaintances, people in the news, friends of friends, not my friend, but they like, you know. I realize there's no form of consent. Like, prime example, one of my cousins took somebody out to prom and they both got drunk and then they woke up and looked at each other like, oh my gosh, what have we done? What have you done? What have I done? What have I done? What have you done? Consent. That's what I want us to talk about real quick.
What you want to talk about consent? Like, what are you saying? What are you asking? I just want to be clear.
Thinking, right?
Yeah, but because that could go so many ways.
It goes so many ways.
Like, have I been in situations where I didn't give consent, or where consent never came up, or I did something I didn't want to do, or
no,
like
how should consent be communicated?
Is it that hard?
We think
it's not that hard, no, but you'd be surprised. For some, it is.
For a lot of situations, it doesn't feel normalized to ask for or give consent for things because it's just not like it seems extraneous. That's one thing, but what about a situational thing? Like, you know, I'm not maybe necessarily comfortable hanging out with you in this room. It feels a little more personal. Or something like that. It's just like the questions just get overlooked because we don't talk about it, asking permission for everything. Permission is just assumed in a lot of our familial situations. And then you get a friend of the family. And then a thing that we do in our community is like always ask consent for hugs because you give hugs very normally and like very regularly to a lot of people.
I got to interject. I'm so sorry, sis, because I damn sure didn't ask consent. But I gave Miss Nugget a hug.
It's okay.
But I did give her that church hug, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know how that I ain't doing the booby squeeze. No, we ain't doing that. I'm leaning over, right? A little patty cake.
I think I'm grown enough to sit there. Somebody reach out for a hug to me. I'm like, oh no, honey. And I come from old school. I'm gonna tell you, shit. It could be, oh no, honey. I just pet my dog and I got dog hair all on me. Don't give me a hug, sweetie.
I saw you giving somebody a hug the other day.
I will lie. If I don't want you to, that's like me say, girl, I gotta get off this phone, girl. My water running all over my sink. I'm lying.
You seem like very comfortable just like speaking about what you're feeling and what you're consenting to and what you're not. Whereas some people, it's a lot more like ambivalent.
And
so
that's in itself a situation they don't want to be put in. If you can't speak now, then you forever hold your peace. So whatever the fuck happens,
I never thought about that though,
boom.
y'all. When sis said about the hug, I ain't gonna give nobody hugs no more. Cause I don't want nobody. I mean, I give all my female friends. I don't do the booby squeeze, right? Excuse my language. I lean over. I get a little granddaddy. I ain't trying to. You know what I mean?
This isn't to discourage hugging. It's to like encourage dialogue. And normalize it. So like, just like, hey, what's up? Can I give you a hug? You know, like as you're like,
right,
what's up? You know, right. Just like not feeling it that day or whatever. Because typically you read language and body language and stuff anyway. Like you're feeling the energy. You could like feel somebody. You wouldn't even have to say that to me because I'd feel it as I'm coming up to you. You're not like. You know, but I mean, if you're somebody that you don't want to hug, you know, but like sometimes you're not sure because they're not like that, expressive.
Well, I'm gonna say that from now on, I will consent to the hugs.
I may because it's maybe I didn't mean for you to feel like that. It may be because I was raised, stranger danger and
Stranger danger.
don't let everybody. Cause we got these little grown ass dudes that watched you when you was little, high
That's
growing
suspect.
up,
They
and they'll give it that. Oh, come here, girl. And
Hell no. Oh no.
You ain't
What?
doing that shit.
That's
And
red
it's not
flag.
only the males. Some females mess with
You say that one more time.
harassment,
Say that one more again. Some who?
Some females do the sexual harassment too. But I was always taught, if you don't want nobody to touch you, you just say no. My mama always, when we used to come to my mama, anybody touch y'all? What did you say?
Facts.
What did you do?
With the right.
Who touched you? And that's how I was raised. So I was like, yo, don't touch me because you don't know my mama. My mama
Hey, facts. You right though. My mom used to do the same thing though.
My mom. That's how I was raised.
Right.
I know Tim give me consent to go in the refrigerator and make something to eat. I go over to Tim's house. I still ask most of the time, but like I know that I can go over there.
He ain't never actually even no consent. Nah, fucking.
Wait, I don't know, man. Look,
he cool people though. He family.
When I met my family, them house, my friends, I'm not. Oh shit, I'm home. When you tell me to kick off my feet, that's my consent right there. I'm kicking off my feet. I'm kicking off my shoes, everything.
Nah, Kev like a brother. He could come.
I think it took some time because, like, you see somebody come in, you see somebody, you like let them know, like when it first started, like, my man used to always tell me wash my hands and shit like that. But then I got used to it, so when I come in, I'm taking my shoes off, I'm washing my hands. I'm using hand sanitizer. So like I felt like the consent came over time. It was like, yo, you know what? Like you good, man. Like it's some food in there,
That's fat.
Yeah, he gives consent because he says that when you come in, oh, you hungry? You want something to eat? Oh, we got this on the stove, or oh, I ain't got this cooked, but I might have this in the cabinet. That's the consent.
Tim, like if you don't have consent, man, like he'll make you something to eat.
That's like simple consent though. That's like consent where you don't really have to do too much thinking
I'm trying
about
to
it.
make everybody laugh real quick.
No, I was raised so my grandmother, she shared her first husband before she married my grandfather. She had to share a can of beans with five of her children. And when I heard it, like I'm missing a big part of the main detail of that story, but to hear the graphic hunger, like you never know. Like all my friends are always welcome to eat it. If I don't have it, we go and I ain't eating. If I'm not eating either, if we don't all have it, or I'm gonna order some food, we're gonna make sure we all eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's
a little bit different with Brittany because sis don't eat no pork. She don't eat beef. She don't eat chicken. Shit, she don't eat nothing. Like, what the hell? I can't help you. Nah.
It is. It was the whole topic with when I was listening to Nugget and it's Shantae, right? Sade. I'm sorry, Sade, Queen. It kind of made me even think. It's making me question, like, when did I start those boundaries? Because I never thought about that perception that Nugget gave. Like I can't imagine being in a situation and I can, because when I was a small child, like 8 years old, I was being sexually abused by an adult, which was my grandmother's husband at the time. And I didn't give him permission. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, when he would come around me, when things were happening as they were, I would tense up because I did not want that to happen, And even though I was verbalizing that, it still occurred. So as I got older and had old enough to make my own decisions, and I'll say like running into a teenager, I think really old enough to fight back. I don't ever remember ever not being comfortable to set that type of boundary. Like when it comes to my personal.
Right.
Like I've been violated before, so nobody else can violate me ever again type shit. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want a hug, I'm going. Like a lady kind of got upset with me in the grocery store not recently, like, because she went to hug me and I put my hand up. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
that's
wait.
why they say, can I touch your hair? I
Yeah,
damn dog. You can't pet me.
No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
And see, I would love for somebody to touch my hair. It's like my favorite thing in the world. So, but that's where talking about consent comes in, because it's all different. Like, and it's so many different things.
To me, that's the most disrespectful thing. Don't touch my damn
I mean, don't just reach and touch me. You can tell when I'm.
No.
I ain't gonna lie. When you walked up, I wanted to get up and hug you, but it was so cold. I just was sitting here.
Oh
like,
my gosh,
shit.
I need these
But
ladies to
but
eat
you can
some
tell.
iron.
It's always
Don't try to
gonna
come
be
for
the
us. Don't try to come
No,
for
I'm
us.
not coming for y'all
to
because
that,
it's females that's out there just as bad as males.
Mhm.
And like you
go
said, they
through
don't
these
even know
stages.
better. So it's a lot
Yeah.
of them. So it's like to teach them, like just like grandma would be like teaching you. Now I know better.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what
like,
I'm saying?
but
Like,
one thing
so now I'm not
is,
gonna fuck up.
if a male do sexual harassment, it is broadcast throughout the news. If a female do it, it's like,
This is true.
and that is so, and it shouldn't
I
be
feel
like
that.
Like look at
But-
him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
look-
I ain't
yeah,
gonna
it's like
lie.
looking
Some
for
double
him.
standard.
I ain't gonna lie. The
Like
double
that.
standard
Yeah.
and the way you getting at is like I
That's not
know
okay.
I know of a student or may know of somebody who had sex with a high school teacher, and they was in high school, or we was in high school. Of course, in a high school pre like preteen or teenager mind, of course that's what they want. An older woman, that's like the fantasy thing, right? But when you really look at it on a macro point of view, if the sexuality is reversed, or it's a man, and who's the predator in the situation, it's all like what's going on. But both sides should be held accountable, regardless if it's a woman
100%.
or man.
That is true.
When I'm about to wrap this up. Y'all, this is Great Apes Cafe. Please like, subscribe, share. But even in my situation, when I lost my virginity at an early age, my dad was actually happy, but he had to play it off like he wasn't in front of my mom to appease my mother, to appease his
And
relationship.
if a female lose hers, it's oh my
It's,
god.
oh my gosh, what are you doing?
It's like put a chest.
What are you doing?
No more sex for you. Like what the hell?
That's the world we live
Oh.
in, and I think that's more America.
Harlot.
And no, you get an A. You're a Scarlet, and that's not right because let me tell you something. If dudes go out there and have sex with whoever the hell they want to,
You the man.
and it's high five, bro. Yeah, you
That's I ain't gonna lie. Damn, is that true?
Goddamn, if
Do
a
you agree
girl
with
get
that?
body counts on her, she'll
Do y'all we men here? Do y'all agree with what she just said?
I mean, it is factual though. Like,
Men do be
people
like that. You did what? You done did chickity chitty bang bang. Good God! I can see that. I can see
If
that.
I call up my,
No
but
one- no one's
that's
gonna-
Females
I
do the
want to
same
say
thing
I
too,
want to
though.
say it's different. I actually had the
Females-
same conversation with a
Y'all
bro
do the same
yesterday.
thing though.
We do, but like my bro told me yesterday, it depends on how people be carrying themselves. Like he brought up an example of one female that was sleeping around, but the way she was handling herself, guys was talking about her. Then he brought up another female that he knew had slept with a lot of guys, but none of these guys was like trashing her name or talking
But-
about her.
but let
You
me-
know what I'm saying?
But let me tell you something. You don't even have to sleep with a guy for a guy to trash your name.
Well, yeah, I done had plenty of guys
And that's so
lie and
sad.
say they slept with me, and we
'Cause
never
you
even.
only- it takes one guy to
Yeah.
call you a
Lying
hoe.
though,
Yeah,
and another
absolutely.
dude gonna lie and call you a hoe.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
stuff
That's
like
sad.
that. And it is sad.
very sad.
And then females get that that tainted name. You're a hoe. You're a slut.
That's sad.
Just saying
You know,
it
when
Let's just embrace it.
I am.
Let's just embrace it.
Because
Yeah, 'cause I'ma do what the fuck I wanna do at the end of the day.
Best damn one you ain't
Right.
never
Shut your
had.
mouth.
You
Shut your
never
mouth.
had.
Yeah.
Ladies
Well, I mean,
and-
everybody got that, but I just wanted to say that the whole consent thing really ties in with boundaries.
It does.
Mhm.
You know, being able to have enough in you to set a boundary is the same as saying yes or no, giving consent to
Yeah.
something. So if you having a hard time setting a boundary, then I could see why you would have a hard time saying yes or
Right.
no to give consent to something. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the sex thing,
I think
I just think people I feel like that should be an automatic conversation though.
That
Like
should-
we
it
should
should
agree.
be. Stevie
We should
Wonder can
agree
see
on
that.
what we about to do.
It's
like-
like dick pic trying to start the conversation. I hate that.
Don't get me
Females
started.
Really hate that. Don't send us no dick pic trying to start the conversation. Don't do that shit.
It's
You know
about
what
more
we
than
do?
just
You know
consensual
what we do?
sex. It's
We
about the
go
culture
back
of
and
being giving
tell our
consent for
friends.
Oh, I done showed it.
Oh, I showed
I'm
it.
like, girl, look at him.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie, no. I be doing. I had somebody on on Facebook try to like come at me on some sliding in my DM.
Mhm.
With
And
the
I gave them a
pictures.
warning. They know who they are.
I'm gonna tell
You know who you are. Like
you sending
I'm married.
pictures at me. I'm
married. Don't
showing
be
all
sending me
my
those
friends,
those you know
and I'm
those
gonna tell this. And I hate
pictures.
dudes that be doing that. That's
Euphoria does a
they
nice
want to have sex by
breakdown.
shooting the dick.
That is doing too much.
Euphoria does a nice breakdown, that TV show on HBO, of like there are two types of dick pics. There's the solicited one and the unsolicited
That one,
one.
right?
And they
period.
like go on, and she's so funny with it. But like, so
Not the
Brian would
unsolicited.
say, yeah, they go hard. There's more to like consent than just like the sexual aspects. It's like the whole culture of like having empathy and consideration for other people's experience,
Some people don't
whatever
have
that is.
I had
And
a
just
person
like
on the podcast who did not understand the concept of empathy and have a form of compassion or understanding at all.
And I need to
You know who you
consent. And it goes down to more to then, just having like the consent for this, that, and the third. It's like if I'm gonna like say I like you. I wanna talk to you. Just be like, okay, hey, how are you doing? Is it okay if we change the number? Is it okay if I do this? Is it okay if I do it? If it's okay if I send you some nude?
yeah, exactly. That's not
Even though it don't even sound
You know
awkward.
when to send the nude though, so they need to cut that shit out. Okay, when you send me some unexpected shit, we ain't even talking like that. You just gonna throw a dick pic in my.
Now we
like,
in
what?
3 weeks into it, and I'm like, yo, so
It don't gotta be
what
3
do?
weeks, but I'm just
What
saying.
amount do?
Yeah.
If I'm in 3 weeks into a conversation, I'm
I
already.
mean, it almost goes down to like the golden rule, like
Nah,
you
'cause you talking about
would
what
want
that-
people to treat you
Yeah,
with
I'm gonna
respect and
ask
ask
you
you
what
and
amount in
She's
3
trying to
weeks.
get
confirm
that
before they
consent.
they do stuff, and it's like so
Let
you
me
just
see
do
what
that
we working
pay
with.
forward kind of.
DJ Barbade, I'm about to wrap this up, but I seen a situation that happened on a podcast, and I'm gonna go into detail. But I believe everything unfolded because a woman or man wouldn't give them the time of the day. You know, I had a situation where a friend of mine, they bought edible arrangements, right? They bought edible arrangements, and when somebody buy edible arrangements for you, normally I'm thinking like you must want to do some situations, like. And all of a sudden, it went from it is a flex. It went from buying edible arrangements to now. Let me flip it. 7 weeks later. Oh, I'm a fuck you and your ideology and whatever you believe in. I don't understand energy and chakra. Fuck all of that. It went to like the complete
And basically,
opposite.
fuck you
And
too.
the only reason why it went to the opposite because now that they knew that this person won't give them no time of the day. They said, "Well, fuck it. If I can't have you, I'm gonna disrespect you."
But
That's what I see on the psychology.
But
level.
that was
Maybe they
their
didn't
part.
get no consent.
Yeah,
No,
I'm saying,
they never
They
did.
didn't get consent to send the edible
that's they
arrangement.
damn
They didn't even get over.
That was the edible arrangement.
Don't get mad that I said that shit. You know who you are. You know you
You
send
know
those
what?
edible arrangements.
You
do a
send
little
me
bit
some
too much.
edible arrangement. I'm gonna eat that shit in your face. And do you want some? You want some? You got it. Don't make
felt
me get
it.
some. Okay, I'm gonna eat.
Don't call me petty.
I'm gonna share with everybody.
I ain't going on Facebook. I ain't going on Facebook over here
That's like-
typing up shit.
so
Doing
when
subliminals.
you're
I'm saying this shit on the podcast.
so
You bought edible arrangements for
How
somebody.
How much is edible arrangement? First of all, what
I don't-
$40? Supply said nobody ain't paying for pussy for $20.
I actually get edible arrangements delivered to friends, and I can say that the least expensive one I've ever paid for was about $80 to get
So
it
you
delivered.
spend $80 for me, I'm supposed to give it to you. That's your consent.
that's exactly it. So receiving a gift should not like have to like in anybody's mind equate to like some sort of like, oh well, you ate that thing I sent you. Like gifts should be given only of like a happy heart and free without any kind of strings
And
attached.
the reason why, and that makes sense. I agree with you. But the reason why I bring that up, it's just if you
Not
had
contracts.
somebody,
Gifts are not contracts.
Gifts are-
if you had
yes,
somebody gave you edible
they're-
arrangement
gifts are
and they
not
said, "I love you, I
contracts.
vibe with you, you good people, I fuck with you," and then fast forward 7 weeks later, and they're not respecting your principles.
Mm-mm.
People go to war over their principles. I would never disrespect somebody's principles, or at least not try to on purpose. You know,
I mean, I would have been like, if I'm sending the edible arrangement, it's gonna come with the.
and I'm sorry, DJ. I'm sorry. bro.
It'll be conversation. I'll build you up to it, and then I'll be like, yo, you know that little gift and shit. Yeah, I sent that. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was me.
I kind of
But I'll try to make it more like in a sweeter
I
fashion.
kind
Where
of disagree to that because I had a donor
tell me he sent me something. And it's just an ordinary, hey, how you doing? Are you allergic to iodine conversation me and him have? Because I work at the passport center. And this motherfucker had a audacity to send me a sex fucking toy.
Yeah, but hold on. But look
He
though.
didn't have my address, so he went and purchased it.
This the thing
And
though.
he brought it to the
This what I'm saying
That
though.
is definitely a
But
violation.
this what I'm saying
That is
though.
a violation.
But did y'all talk about? But did y'all talk
He was
about?
the donor. He
Oh
was
my
just
gosh.
I just told you, we never
But
talked
see
about
that's not
it.
consent.
He,
No,
but
that's-
you know
that's
what he
violent.
was?
You ain't-
But this is where he misled the conversation because I was always smiling. Bitch, that's my goddamn job.
Yeah.
And I do this. Excuse me, honey. You mind if I touch you?
Hey, shut the front door.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I do this, and I go and I touch his little vein. And I go like this. They think I'm pregnant with him.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
asking how was his day.
Oh
So he thought about himself.
No.
He gonna give me a damn sex toy and ask me, can he go on a date with me first of all, you violate.
Oh.
Sex toy.
Oh
and
my
ask me
God.
to go on a damn date. This is
Oh my
job.
God.
Yeah,
I
that's
See,
can't.
but some people
That's
just
a-
don't. Some people don't know how to get consent out of it.
So that's good. That's a good way. It's like that's why you gotta like educate and like
That's
not
very
alienate.
important.
If unless you know somebody's really being like dangerous or like really upsetting. But like obviously you thought I was okay. Well, the simple conversation is I'm sorry. I see why you did that based on what you thought I was doing, which
Right.
is flirting with you, but I really wasn't. I just like to be friendly, but please don't mistake me, you know?
Right.
Period.
And you don't want to go around explaining that to everybody, but like, you know, sometimes people are like, yeah, why are you gonna be such a hard ass? It's because the second I start just being nice all the time, people try to take advantage of me, get over on me, like do all that crap that I don't want to deal with, send me stuff, you know, like, oh, misinterpret. So I just let it and let them know, you know, in the
This is-
beginning that I just like I ain't the one for that, you know, like I even like people hit me up on my messages on Facebook and stuff. I'm like, how can I help you like today? Because
Period.
I'm a business, you know,
Period,
like I
yeah.
do art, you know, what can I do for you?
Yeah.
And then if the conversation ain't about that, sorry, I don't. This is for work.
And then you become a bitch.
Exactly, and that sucks sometimes. But
And
the
I'm
people,
okay with
those
that.
people aren't for me.
That's right.
That's how you know. And you
That's
just
right.
I had to deal with no BS from it. I just there. Yeah, I'm
You
a.
gotta-
I'm a what?
you gotta
I'm
do
up
that.
here. They're down there.
If
I'm gonna
that
be
if
a
that triggers them,
bitch,
then
know,
you
like-
didn't need that business anyway.
Yeah.
Right,
You know?
right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's so much easier on guys. Guys
Leave
don't
the
have to
mic.
go through it. Guys don't have to go through the stuff. Guys do not have to go through the level of shit that females have to go
I
through.
disagree.
We get no. You should not disagree. You
I would
really
say
should.
I disagree only 50%.
Okay,
I don't
why?
know. I
Why?
can't
Let
speak
me
about
tell you
all
why.
guys.
Now, I'm gonna ask you. Why you disagree only 50%?
So the last time I've been to a club, I wasn't with Kev or any of my friends. And I'm dancing, minding my business, and I'm tipsy. And a woman came up to me, and you know who you are. And she just, I mean, you know how Donald Trump said, grab, such and such by,
Oh, she was following her daddy.
Okay, so she just grabbed me by the crotch and had my, my manhood, family jewels. And I felt violated. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I scream, or I just looked like hello, like.
That would have been
Because she a
consent
woman, so
violation.
you don't want to be like.
Definitely
Yeah.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
just
You
You ain't want to shove her
I didn't
I
wanna
wanted
down.
to shove her
going.
at, like I wanted to. I actually
She
wanted
would
to
have got
smack her.
shoved down.
But she ended up like,
Yeah,
at least,
she would've-
okay. Oh, okay. She's like,
What?
okay. And then I was just all discombobulated for like 5 minutes, which is why
You disagree on that part.
yeah.
Okay,
I
but
disagree
if you
with
was to go tell your homies, oh, nigga, you should have let her do
See,
it.
I'm a-
But
I-
you,
that's not me.
I
I don't
understand
know.
it. But if a female,
You got too many STDs
Turn
out here.
to-
Trichomoniasis, HPV, HIV.
well, the only ones
monkeypox.
really popping right now is hepatitis C and HIV. We're like top 10 of the highest rate of HIV
Absolutely. In, the
in
country.
New Hanover County.
Top 15 in the
Knowing it's Karen. No, I'm playing. so let me get back. But the thing is, if a female was to reject a man, it's totally different from a man rejecting a
I
female.
like this card.
Because even if a man rejected a female, that bitch came up to me, that hoe came up to me, what the fuck, that little stinking ass bitch.
I
But
love
if
this.
a female reject a man, we still get called those names. So it doesn't matter. We get called those names whether we reject y'all or y'all reject us. That's why I say males don't go through what females go through. And it's always us trying to pull ourselves together. And like we said, sometimes we don't feel like we can give consent. Sometimes we feel like we just got to go through it.
Do y'all really feel like you have to go through the motions?
No.
No.
I ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
talking about for the-
I don't be on that shit.
But for
No.
the
That's
ladies, so
why
I'm just still. Wait, hold on.
when
No.
they say men, it's like I ain't gonna lie. It's just a lot of dudes out there that just ain't shit.
That part.
Yeah,
That part.
I mean, I'm a man, so I guess
That
I
part.
get it. But
And
it's
you know
like,
what?
yo,
At one point in time, I thought I had to go through those emotions because to deal with it. But then I got on my fucking attitude. Oh, you don't like me? Guess what? You thought I was feeling you? Bitch, you a munch. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. Guess what? I don't care.
Ice fight.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
Call me what you want to call me, but I'm still that bitch you ain't have. I just got to the point where I don't even care no more. If a dude push up on me, by your breath stink. I heard you got a little penis. Get out my face. I heard one of your balls bigger than the other one. And I got to, and sometimes I will lie. Like a dude, like I'm telling you, a donor came up to me one day. He was like, hey, yo, I see why your husband be going crazy over you. Oh, if I had somebody, I was like, don't worry about it. I catch BV, I catch UTIs. I ain't shit. My shit dirty. I don't like to wash. I had to down myself. And I was just fucking with him. And you know what? He went back and got mad. To my, well, I know you lying. Even if I done say I catch BV, UTI, and all that shit and all that stuff.
Yeah, because
he
if
got
somebody got that,
mad.
they not about to be like,
He
yeah,
got mad with me.
I got this.
And then he gonna be like,
Shut up.
no, this is shit that
Hold on,
pissed
what
me
he
off.
said? What he
This
said?
is shit that pissed me off when I told
Your
him
ass
that.
crazy, sis. You said you told the man you had a UTI.
You know I be like that at work. So let me tell you, this is what he said and said. Let me see. How nasty can you fucking get?
I'm so sorry.
I was like, so you know, I told him, I said, you really want me to just go down there and pull the cream out and just put it in your face? I had to get on that level with him for him to leave me the fuck alone.
But
He like,
that shit right there is just like,
oh my gosh, I
man.
can't.
I guess you got dudes out there like that though.
they nasty as
I ain't gonna lie.
hell.
Wait a minute, y'all.
Even like on a more subtle level, like there's like
Oh my gosh.
there's certain relationships I have where I feel like a lot of times I can't entertain a sexual relationship, even like a one time, even see what it's like with somebody that I want to have a respectful relationship for. I got to decide if I'm going to enjoy the one night of possibility or like long term respect, because it's really hard to get respect on the same level from a male person once you've slept with them. Like all the way over. No, have I
Let
been
me
married?
see about that.
Yes.
It
Because
depends.
once you get married, that whole consent shit is out the damn door. I could be on my period and it's like,
Bambaya said, don't think blood.
We're really cracking open all the problems of
Oh my
men
gosh.
and women
Yeah.
Let
tonight,
the
aren't we?
woman, let the woman. Wait, Tom, let me interject. DJ Barbarian, I'm so sorry.
Oh, we gotta go.
For the men who does have sex with females on their menstrual cycle, please don't do that. Let them eggs go. Let her go ahead and go through a cleaning cycle. There's a reason why a woman go through her cleaning cycle.
that part.
To help with the flora. Anyway.
That part. I don't want to hear put the towel down. I'm tired of that shit. I'm married. Just because I'm married, that don't mean I got to give you sex every goddamn day.
Blood. I got you.
I'm tired. Consent shit. Yeah, I like this consent shit. Because maybe my husband knows. I'll be like the goddamn, don't you touch my cousin, mister. No, mister.
Married
I can't
couples
say-
should practice it too. I think it's
No,
important,
that's
you
too
know?
much. What?
You said
See,
married
when we
couples
get
should not
married to y'all, we supposed to give y'all sex and shit every goddamn night. Ask me.
Yeah.
Ask me if I'm in the mood. Probably 9 out of 10, I'm gonna say no. Just still ask me. Cause you might get lucky. And I might say yeah.
Look, my experience.
I don't know.
is
I don't know.
opposite.
I'm gonna say no comment
Girl,
on
I'm
this.
tired.
Yeah.
I'm a married
Shit.
man. I'm
Trying
gonna
to
say
figure
that.
out.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta fall flat. Not
Wait
everything
till
can be
I get
comment.
in the bed and scoot the booty on you. You know we always do that booty scoop. Let me get in the bed, scoot the booty on you. And
I don't know.
then,
Hey, but
I've never been
sometimes
married.
it-
I don't-
Sometimes men they just
fuck
know,
it.
you
No,
know.
we females need to do like this. Well, every time you pass out, we need to hit your ass. Oh, look at that
I
basket.
do stuff like that.
We need to do that. I need to walk around and do like what am I do? I need to get like that. I really need to get like that. I am. I'm gonna start getting like that. I'm gonna start grouping guys like, yo, what am I do? Hey, you wanna have sex? Wanna have sex? Wanna have sex? Wanna have sex? Oh, what you say? You
my
say
bad, I had to
you
ask
can't
you,
you
John.
can't get up.
You got-
You can't get up. Oh, they got pills for that. Come on. I'm gonna stop being like that. Cause guys
Shut
need to
your
know
ass
what the
up.
hell we go through. I'm saying my husband gonna rude awakening because I'm gonna just fuck with his ass and when I get home. I'm like, you sleepy, huh? You sleepy, huh? I don't care. Come on. What am I do? I ain't trying to hear that shit. Oh, you
Ladies-
tired? Or your
ladies-
stomach hurt? Put a towel down. If you shit in the middle of it, guess what? You just shit in the middle of it. Be still going. That's how I'm gonna be.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry. I
you
know
freedom- I
I'm
did
not
tell you
invited
freedom
no
of
more.
speech.
I already know I'm not invited no more. It's
I
fine.
ain't
I'm
say that,
sorry.
sis. I ain't say you
I'm so
wasn't
sorry.
invited.
I'm sorry.
That was much needed. I'm thinking as a married man.
I'm not sorry.
I can't speak. I can't speak for my wife. So anyway, this is Great Apes Cafe. I hope that you like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. And always remember the importance of consent
And boundaries.
and boundaries.
Yes.
And you don't want to be the person making a creeper move. You don't.
Even if you're married, still
And once you
respect them.
practice setting boundaries, it's hard at first, but it gets easier, believe me,
Yeah.
with practice.
That's right.
And encouragement. From
And
others.
encourage your circle to practice boundaries.
Yes.
Before I actually end this episode, there's a situation that happened on the podcast where boundaries was crossed, and I had to stand next to righteousness. Shout out to righteousness, her son. I'm not talking about you, but but I had to stand next to righteousness, and that's to be very important. You gotta look out for the sisterhood. This is already a man's world. Make sure you have a environment for the females that's positive. Miss Nugget, thank you for allowing my podcast crew to come here.
Love it here.
Sis, I appreciate you being the guest on the episode. This
No
ain't gonna be
doubt.
your last episode. Calm down.
It's okay. I already know
talk
I'm
about some
kicked out.
mountain damn dude.
I
Whatever
might
that
be
is.
kicked off today, but hey,
Whatever
I might be
that
kicked off tomorrow, but I'll be fine. I'm still grouping. Ain't nobody safe. I'm be the creeper. Let y'all
not
niggas
the
know how I
creeper,
feel.
Keeper,
I'ma be the-
keeper creeper.
I am. But creep on his ass. I know he probably home mad. Some of that goddamn help still right there on that podcast. I'ma sink in like the pink panther. Like,
Did it.
and go to like,
I'm fucking done. Not to tickle me elbow. I'm done. I ain't gonna lie. If that's some violated shit.
I'ma violate all his
When that
damn
girl- I
rights.
didn't know what to do. I was just like, what? Anyway, this is Great Apes Cafe. Like, subscribe, share. Deuces, we love you. Be safe.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.
Consent. Boundaries.